All right, so today I've got giant vac leaf blower. Just picked it up. It's in okay shape. I took gas cap off. The fuel's not bad. Looks like it had a fire. So what I think happened was some leaves got caught on the muffler, and then it caused a fire. So this is all charred. This is plastic's deformed. This plastic choke cable is damaged, so it doesn't choke. I threw gas in the carb and started right up, so needs a carb rebuild. And I'm gonna take the shrouding off, clean it up, see if there's any other damage or mouses or whatnot, since this was sitting for a while. So I decided I am gonna take the muffler off the shroud, and I replaced the boot already. It was bad from being dried out. Oh, pretty loose. And I'm just taking this off for access. Gasket. All right, I'll get that when I take the fuel tank off. And then these elbows are shot. Yeah, definitely was on fire. That one is completely shot. This one's seems like it's pretty hard, but I'll check it. I'm sure it's the original because it's painted white. And I checked the date code of the motor. It's from 1984. Yeah. So actually, at first I wasn't gonna take all this off, but because the other issues, I figured might as well be safe. Take everything apart, the shroud off, inspect for damage, and then put it back together. So this throttle plate in here, it cracked, and I ordered all the parts I needed this morning, but that's just plastic. So I don't know if I'm gonna paint this or not. I'm definitely gonna clean everything up from the damage. And I also wanted to see if the tank well or the pickup tubes were damaged. I believe when I pop this choke lever off that there's a washer on here. So it is. There's a little one washer there at least. Actually, this doesn't look damaged, but that definitely has to be replaced. But I looked it up, it's a kit. I also want to make sure there's no mouse nest or anything in there. I had a billy goat I got, and it was sitting for a while, and there's a mouse nest, and I started it and it almost caught fire. So lesson learned: if I get something that's been sitting, make sure it's clean first. Up or not. Seems like it's loose. I guess it would have been a lot easier if I took the tires off. Not coming. Hold on a second. Well, turns out I have to take the wheel off. And I am not sure I won't have to take the motor off because of getting the bolts. These are covered in so much dirt and grease. It's actually really hard to get them perfect. Somebody's been in here before. Instead of taking the motor off, they took the handle off to get to that bolt to get the tank off. Somebody put the wrong bolt in. Hold on a second. All right, I got it off and I got my good used elbows on here. So, and I got the recoil off. So, definitely was on fire because of the peeling, but not really damaged inside. It's just a little dirt. I'm gonna take that top off too. There wasn't really much debris in there. Oh, let me see if I have a wrench to get these. So Giant Vac, I believe, is now owned by Skag. I've never had one of these before. I have a Mighty Mac one. I just finished repairing it. And that one, it's awesome. But I have no idea how, I mean, this one's probably, I'm sure it's good. And when I do it, I'll clean all this up. I'll lubricate it so these go on nice and easy. And then also looks like somebody replaced the front wheel at one point. That does not look original to me. This is heavy duty. I mean, there's no welds like on the front where it's been repaired. And it looks like it was just a homeowner's, and it's from 1985 by the motor date code. So, you know, it's not new, but it's in good shape. So, let's take a look here. Yeah. Pretty clean. I mean, there's nothing in that housing, so let me figure out how I'm going to take carb off next. Well, this just got a lot harder. So I think someone cut notches in there because they rounded the bolt off and they're seized. Because these should be the bolts from this style of carb on this block, a star head. On the older ones, maybe they're not, because this motor is 85. These bolts were from a motor from 2005, so 20 years newer. But I'm having a terrible time getting these off. They should be a 3/8 inch socket. That won't grab onto them. I tried to get a screwdriver in there. That won't get on there. I think I'm gonna have to take the motor off. Definitely take the tank off because there's gas in here, and maybe cut them off or heat them up to loosen them. But definitely, I mean, this has gas, so not going on now. And then I need to fix this metal here. So somehow this got turned a bit and it's kind of sharp. So I can do that for the spark plug wire. I don't know how that kind of got messed up, but it definitely looks like it. Maybe just kind of, actually it looks okay, but it definitely was dented a bit, so that's weird. That should be fine. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do here. I think I'm gonna have to yank the motor, that way I can get the gas tank off, or at least I have to take the handles off to get the gas tank off, to get that bolt on the bottom. So I'll have to think about this and work on it tomorrow or the next day. Actually, I came up with something different. So for now, I am just gonna replace the fuel diaphragm, blow air through it, and clean it while it's attached, and see if it starts up and runs then. If it doesn't start up and run then I will figure out how to get these bolts off, drop the entire unit and clean it, because I mean that would probably be 2+ hours of work. I don't mind doing it, but I can, you know, try to do it this way, because usually it's just these diaphragms are bad, maybe a little dirt in the carb, and if that works, you know, why, no need to take everything apart. And oh yeah, I mean, this is pretty bad, but it's clean at least. So got to make sure not to drop the spring and the little retainer. And then I think I can clean this through here and try it like that, huh? So actually first, I'm gonna put this back on, or a new one, sorry, or a new used one. So I had a motor from, what was it? Maybe, I think it was 2005 I got, that was blown. So I took off, you know, some of the good parts. No, wait, I'm thinking the wrong thing. I had a motor from 2005 that was blown, but I had these carb pieces were from a motor from right around 2000. Yeah. All right, actually, so that's good. Yeah, so that'll be fine. I'm gonna get a wire brush on the drill, and I'm gonna get the compressor ready. I'm gonna clean that up, clean this off as much as I can, and then put back together. That's nice and cleaned up because that was all damaged. This needs one more. Let me hit this a bit. that was just real dirty. Everything here is really dirty from when it caught fire. So it's not terrible. I think it's gonna be fine. Clean everything up, lubricate all the linkages, new choke plate. I'll pull the old gas out because it's really bad, and hopefully it'll start right up. That's what I'm thinking. All right, I'm gonna finish cleaning this up and then I'll assemble it. All right, let's see. Actually, this really didn't look that dirty to me. But, I mean, still, of course, I'm going to rebuild it and put a new diaphragm in it. I mean, it was coated, so that definitely could have prevented it from starting and running. And then because the choke was melted, and that definitely would have done it too. Yeah. All right. Why that's, I think it's just the updated version, because this is the kit for 2 to 5 horsepower, and this says 5 horsepower on it, so I think it's the right one. Probably should have cleaned these screws up a little too. Nicer. My guess is this will run fine now. These go back together pretty nicely, and it seems like they, run pretty good too. So, all right, all those are in. Let's get the breather back. And get those bolts on. glove is done. Old spark plug for now. I've got a new one and air filter on order. That'll be for a later date. I'll blow that out a little bit. Alright, so I'm sort of done now. I put the wheel back on, cleaned it up. I need to get some plastic caps because both are missing. They're holding air okay. Put the tank back on. Only thing I need to do is hit these over. I put the new elbows on. I need to grease the linkages. Kind of letting the fuel, it needs to, I'm going to run it. So, because this little choke plate's missing, I didn't get the part yet. It'll be a few days. I'll choke it by hand to start it. And then I've got a new spark plug coming. So let me hit these over. Just use a screwdriver. And then I'll set it up and start it. Alright, ready to start it. One kind of cool trick I learned. This is just a pipette bottle. And it's a good way to prime. So let me pull the spark plug out. Yeah. And then I'll throw a little in the cylinder head directly. And let's hope it starts up. It's good enough. It's hand tightened. I think that's fast. Oh, we'll have to I should put the gas cap on, but we'll wait. It's the opposite way. I think there's actually a little enough gas in, so let me get the gas in and try again. So, I was taking the gas out and I think it hit the point where it's just too low because there's barely anything in there. I should let go more. And then I'm probably going to let this run for half an hour and then change the oil because it looked pretty dirty. see if I got enough in the cylinder head to get it. So, spot up to there, plenty of gas.